miss that. Joining us now, we finally got a hold of him, is independent House of Delegates member and we think candidate for the state Senate District 16 on the Democratic side, Joe Morrissey. Hey, Joe, how you doing?
Good morning, John. How are you today?
Okay, now, if I could give an update to our audience, I did a column on this yesterday. You're attempting to run in the Democratic primary, District 16, for the state Senate. That seat currently held now by State Senator Rosalind Dance. Also, there's another candidate in it who's declared, Delegate Joe Preston, who took over Roz's seat when she went from the House to the Senate. You got to get 250 signatures to get on the ballot by tomorrow. You went and tried to file your signatures the right way, and you've had a tough time at it. What's going on?
Here's what happened. We've collected probably close to 1,000 signatures. Never collected that many before. The person who was designated to receive it, her name was Miss Aird. We went down there, I think this was Monday, and she said, "Oh, no, I can't pre-clear them." We said, everybody pre-clears them. So we called, she said, "I called the Democratic Party of Virginia," and they said, "Oh, no, we can't accept them." Okay. So later that night we called, and she said she's no longer the chairperson. She resigned her seat at 9:52. So she said that Joyce Proctor, I've got the email here, "Due to an unexpected change, I must immediately resign as chair of the 16th District Nominating Committee. Joyce Proctor will now take over."
Okay.
Except for, guess what? Joyce Proctor didn't take over. When we finally tracked her down, she says, "No, I'm not the chair." Then a reporter from the Richmond Free Press called and said, "Joe, I was just told that Brill O'Brien from the Democratic Party of Virginia has taken over as the chair." We called, and he's not the chair. Then yesterday, when I tried to deliver the petitions to the City of Richmond Registrar's office, they said Betty Washington took over.
Right.
So we called Betty Washington. We drove down there. She wouldn't meet us in Richmond, so we drove down to her home. Had her videotaped it there, took pictures. We told her we were on the way. The neighbor said 20 minutes before she got there, she left. I called her and I said, "Betty, wherever you are in Washington, in Hopewell, we will drive there and give them to you." Well, and she, of course, is which is okay, an avowed Senator Dance supporter. She's worked the polls for her. They've been allies for about 20 years. I said, "Betty, you're playing games. Just tell me where you are and I will deliver them." "Well, I'm really busy tonight. I'll go anywhere you are. I'll just hand them to you." No, we'll meet at the Democratic Party of Virginia headquarters tomorrow at 10. I called her this morning. "I'll see you there at 10. "Oh, no, I need you to come down to the library in Hopewell." So I'm going down to the library in Hopewell. I'll be there before 10 o'clock. We'll have hundreds and hundreds of petitions, all the filing fee done. And then we'll videotape it. I've never had such difficulty delivering my petitions, and I've spoken to the former Richmond chair, J.J. Minor, and he said, "Joe, they're playing games with you. They know what's going on, and I think it's disgraceful."
Well, look, this is Soviet-style politics called the Richmond Democratic Party of Virginia. That's exactly what happened. Joe, here's the bottom line. Whether people support you or they don't, ideologically or across the spectrum, we have a system in place that you have to abide by the integrity of it. First, they tried to beat you. Legally, they couldn't do that. Then they had a raid on your office, try to beat you there. Police, day before get out to vote, couldn't beat you there. Then they tried to beat you at the polling place. They couldn't beat you there. So now they're trying to come up and concoct, in my judgment, a way to make it impossible for you to simply file your petitions to get on the ballot. I mean, that's what they did. That's what the Soviets did in the U.S.S.R. You couldn't file.
Well, you forgot the most important example. They denied me the opportunity. I was a sitting member of the House of Delegates, a Democrat, and they concocted a nominating process where only 50 people could vote. disenfranchising. This is the Democratic Party disenfranchising thousands and thousands of African American voters. I couldn't run. I was a member of the House of Delegates, a Democrat, and I couldn't vote in the nominating process. But what did I do? I turned the other cheek, went out, gathered 461 signatures, ran as an independent, and beat them. Now, the Democratic Party doesn't get it. They are ruining their brand. We are supposed to be the party of inclusion, and you hit the nail on the head. It's Soviet-style era politics, denying a sitting member of the Virginia House of Delegates the opportunity to run. It's disgraceful. And all we've been hearing since yesterday, since this story broke on the news, is people are disgusted with the Democratic Party and what they've done. So, you know what, John? I'm going to play the game. I'm driving down there. I've got all of my petitions. We will be bringing him in there, and we'll go from there.
Delegate Morrissey, when my column came out yesterday, I got an email from Morgan Finkelstein at vademocrats.org. She's the communication director of the House and the state party, and she said that in her email, she said, hey, Betty Washington is acting chair, no problem. Joe never asked who the acting chair was. He never bothered to ask. That was her response, that you simply could have found her out by asking. But now what you're saying is you finally did find her out, but it's been 2 days where you've been simply just trying to find her to deliver the petitions.
John, I'm looking at a document right now from the first person, Miss Aird. She resigned. She said it was Joyce Proctor. We called her. No, it's not us. Then Jeremy Lazarus of the Richmond Free Press said, Joe, I'm trying to find out. It's Bill O'Brien. We called there. No, it's not Bill O'Brien. Finally, the registrar's office at 3:15 yesterday in Richmond said it's Betty Washington. We immediately called her, drove down to Hopewell. And the next door neighbor, his name is Sammy, wearing a Washington Redskins jersey, said, Mr. Morrissey, I know who you are. She just left 20 minutes ago, knowing that we were coming, and then wouldn't meet me anywhere at Hopewell last night. So Miss Finkelstein is absolutely wrong when she says that. Right. I've just spent less than a month gathering 1,000 signatures, and you're right. I'm desperately wanting to give them to somebody. Well, desperate. So that makes no sense.
Okay, an email that said that there were problems with your forms. They were incomplete. I don't know how she would have known that if she didn't have them.
That's interesting because we brought our forms. We had the filing fee. We went down to the State Board of Elections. They said, Mr. Morrissey, everything is in order. We brought our declaration of candidacy, statement of organization, and even statement of economic interest to the Senate clerk. Everybody along the line says you've got everything. Listen, this is not my first rodeo. Everybody has said, from the State Board of Elections to the Finance Department in Richmond, where we filed the fee, to the State Senate Clerk's office, where we filed the statement of economic interest, that we have all of our paperwork in order, everything. I just want to give them to somebody. So I am going down now to Hopewell, and the reporters are all over this. They know what's going on. J.J. Minor, former chair of the Richmond Democratic Committee, said, Joe, they're up to mischief in Hopewell, everybody, and in Petersburg. Everybody knows what they're doing. They're giving you the runaround. But, Joe, don't worry. It's going to backfire on them. J.J. Minor asked me to deliver all of my 1,000 copies to him so that it can be verified that he at least had copies. So I'll just play their game. But, at the end of the day, John, it's the voters that are going to make the difference. And I'm confident about that.
It's Soviet-style politics, and we've seen this. We've seen this play act before. It's backfired on them. All you're trying to do is follow the rules and get on the ballot. If people don't want to vote for Joe Morrissey in the Democratic primary on June 9th for the 16th district, don't. I mean, you got two other choices, two other viable choices. Don't. But concocting this scheme to somehow eliminate your opportunity to get on the ballot is Soviet-style politics. Let me just read you the other end of this email from Morgan Finkelstein from the Democratic Party of Virginia. She says, considering Joe is just a member of the general public until he successfully files for the chance to become a nominee, this concerns Joe, the pre-screening. She says, we don't need to give him special treatment and update him regarding changes amongst our volunteer committee chairs. Isn't that just common courtesy to anybody?
Well, wait a second. Here, you have to turn it in. We were told you have to turn it in to Miss Aird. We did that. We drove down to Petersburg, and then she resigns, and they don't tell us who the new chairperson is? How would we find out? We desperately called around everybody that we were told is the chairman, and then and they wouldn't even call us to say it was Miss Washington. We had to get that from the city registrar, Kirk Showalters, who in front of a cavalcade of reporters handed me the slip, and I said, thank you very much, and I immediately called her. Can you imagine not telling? I mean, I'm a sitting member of the House. What about the average Joe that just wants to run for office, and they're making it this difficult? But you know what? People realize what the Democratic Party has done. They have hurt their brand enormously. They have no idea what they've done, and people, it's going to backfire. Republicans, independents, libertarians, vegetarians, Democrats are going to all come out, I think, and they're going to, it's going to backfire on them, John.
How about the non-vegetarian meat eaters like me? I might qualify for that.
I reach out. I've got libertarian blood flowing through my veins. I reach out to everybody, John. D's, R's, libertarians, you name it, independents. And anyway, listen, I'm going to play the game. I'm going to go down there. I'll have a smile on my face. I have everything date stamped. We've got all our petitions. We'll see what they say, and I'll be there, not at 10 o'clock, but I'll be there at 9:45.
Do you have the 250 legitimate signatures, Joe Morrissey, that you need to get on the 16th district nominating ballot?
Oh, yeah. We've got close to 800, and we've already cleared them ourselves. I've never gotten as many signatures as we're getting. So, in case they happen to lose any of them, we've already made copies and then given them to J.J. Minor, the former chair of the City of Richmond Democratic Committee, who I gotta thank him for making the call and telling me, Joe, we know what they're doing. They're giving you the runaround. It's not right. It reflects poorly on Democrats, and he apologized for their churlish behavior, and that was kind of him.
Look, Minor did the right thing. I've only got about a minute. You got 800 signatures. Obviously, you and your staff talked to a lot of voters in the district. What's the reaction been?
Great, very positive. Half the people we talk to and get signatures also want to get a selfie. We'll see. I'm ready to battle. I'm ready to fight, and I'll say this right now, Rosalind Dance, I will debate you anywhere, anytime, in every corner of the Senate district. Let's let the folks decide. Let's not create a charade that we don't let everybody who wants to run, and let the voters decide. I'm really comfortable with that.
Let the voters decide. Now, what about Delegate Joe Preston? Will you be willing to debate him as well?
Oh, of course, yeah. Yeah, I've known Joe for 20 years, and I've heard that Joe was trying to get his petitions in as well. So I hope that all three of us can have a civil discourse and let the people look at the candidates, look at their positions, and go from there.
It's going to be a very interesting three-person race. If you get on the ballot, I predict you're going to win the 16th. You're going to be the nominee, one leg in the air.
I'm looking forward to it. Thanks, John, and thanks for the opportunity to chat with you, and we'll keep you posted if there's any shenanigans down at the Petersburg Library.
All right. We'll keep following it. We want to thank Joe Morrissey for being with us.